Hi guys, Jeremy Bly here, and I've been wanting to do this video for a couple of weeks now actually, but a conversation I had prompted yesterday with one of my good friends Rich Green prompted me to do this video today actually, and we were talking about diversification, and one of the things I said is that some people think diversification is actually putting their money into 4 different Ponzi schemes. And it is actually a sad state of affairs that I see people marketing on YouTube and they talk about, you need to diversify and you need to spread your money between 4 different systems. I mean, you look at the 4 different programs or systems they're in and they're all identically the same. And that's not really what diversification is. I get asked all the time about diversification. So what I thought I'd do is I'll just do this quick video and just show you how I'm investing at the moment. And there's going to be no links. There's nothing in this video as well. It's not going to be a kind of video of now join one of my businesses or anything else. This is just, I put this out there to hopefully help you if you're one of those people that are making the same mistake time and time again. I saw a Facebook post today and somebody had, they were literally following the same person, disaster after disaster after disaster, and they posted, look, this has gone, this was a scam, this was a scam, this was a scam, and the person said, look, don't worry, bro, we'll get there. We just got to keep going and keep going and keep going. If you keep following the same people that are leading you into a blind alley, this is what's going to happen. You've got to change what you're doing and possibly the people that you're aligning yourselves to. There's some really good marketers out there, some really good investors, people that sort of know what they're doing, and you need to make sure that you've got the right mentor and the right person obviously moving forward. So listen, feel free to share this video if you feel that it's giving you value. So diversification, right? So let's just suppose I had £1,000 to invest. Okay, so I've got £1,000 to invest. Where would I put it? Okay, now I'm not telling you to do exactly the same as this, but I just want to give you an example of what diversification is. Now, £250, I would put, so 25%, I would put into the thing everybody's talking about at the moment is cryptocurrencies. Okay. In particular, we've got Bitcoin. I'm also investing in Ethereum at the moment, and also Litecoin, as well as a couple of others. But alternative cryptocurrencies are good. Really, if you don't own any Bitcoin, you really don't need to be thinking about other cryptocurrencies. The first thing you need to do is you need to own Bitcoin. I posted in my group, one second. I posted in my wealth creation group, actually, the other... let's have a look. Yeah, on the 23rd of April, I advise you to get some Bitcoin priced at £972 per coin. I know that once it broke through the 1k mark, it would be unstoppable. Today, it's over £1,341 per coin. That is over 38% growth in just 16 days. I then go on to say that I've also shown people a way of how they can grow their Bitcoin by 1% per day in addition to this. And the train's not going to stop, and believe we are going to get to a price of 2.5k by the end of this year. Don't be somebody who regrets, not being involved. And there it was, £972 on the 23rd of April, and this is today, the 9th of May. 9th of May. It's now £1,340. Now this is a growth of 38% in just 16 days. Now it's not going to do that every 16 days, obviously. But now this is the important thing. Some people think they're investing in Bitcoin by putting it into a scheme that promises them 2, 3, 4, 5, 6% per day that accepts Bitcoin and you get paid in Bitcoin. That is not investing in cryptocurrencies. Investing in cryptocurrencies is literally buying Bitcoin and letting it sit in a Bitcoin wallet, such as, so if you don't know what Bitcoin wallets there are, wallets such as Coinbase, blockchain. There's loads and loads of Bitcoin wallets, yeah, but they're probably the two that most people have kind of heard of. Now, why would I recommend just buying Bitcoin and holding it in your wallet? It's really, really simple. Okay, let's suppose I put £250 into Bitcoin, and then the other thing I want to invest in. So we're moving on to this. So my second investment, as well as cryptocurrencies. So we'll just number this one. I'm going to put £250 or 25% into an online business. Now, what would you say is an online business? Well, whatever floats your boat. Some people like rev shares. My advice with rev shares is join a rev share if you need traffic for an opportunity and you're looking at it from a product point of view. And I always look at rev shares as it's advertising with cashback, you know. And then if you look at it that way, when it crashes and burns, it's not going to be a real kick in the guts to you. The other thing that you might be doing, which is quite popular at the moment, is Bitcoin mining. Again, be very careful with that. Make sure that they are actually mining Bitcoin. You've got Bitcoin trading, something that I'm involved in. You've got, what other businesses can you have? You can have training programs. Bottom line, I would consider any online business as high risk. Now, the reason I've gone from number 1 to number 2. Now, why would I hold Bitcoin in my wallet? Now, let's suppose I put £250 into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. I just leave it in my wallet, and with the rise of Bitcoin, it doubles and it ends up being worth £500. It's done nothing but sit in my wallet. I've almost treated it like a cheap stock, and it's sitting there and it doubles. Now, if I've put £250 into an online business, be it a rev share, Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin trading, training programs, and that online business fails, how much have I actually lost? I haven't actually lost anything, because the £500 I've spent, I've actually still got £500 in my Bitcoin wallet. So this is the first part of diversification and why it's so important. Now, the other thing I'm investing in at the moment, so another £250, I would invest, or 25% into gold or silver. I'm actually actively investing in gold and silver at the moment. I personally believe that paper money is doomed, and I think it absolutely depreciates every year in value. So my whole portfolio of investments is mainly around cryptocurrencies. Any online business I'm in will be around probably the cryptocurrencies as well, trading and mining. Forex, I love Forex as well. But the reason I'd invest into gold and silver is because you've actually got something. So what I actually do is I actually invest into gold in small quantities. So I buy gold in either a gram, 2.5 grams, or 5 grams. And the reason I'm doing that with gold is because, like I say, whatever way you look at it, if I have £250 in cash and I've got £250 in gold, that cash has no intrinsic value. What it will do is it will buy me X amount of goods. Now, the way I look at it is that same £250, is it going to buy me more goods next year or less goods? Obviously, the answer is less goods, because you've got inflation. Now, I invest in gold and silver to protect myself against inflation. It's as simple as that. But the other thing as well, is there a risk with gold? Well, of course there is. Gold could crash in price. All I would do with that is that would give me such a massive reason to buy more gold and buy more silver, because I know that precious metals, over a period of time, you're always going to have a correction in the market. You're always going to have a bit of a crash, but that's a time to actually take advantage. And I just buy more gold because I know that it would actually go back up in value. Now, the thing is as well, the actual dollar, I don't know if you know the history of the dollar. A dollar is a fiat currency, which means it's government backed. It didn't used to be a fiat currency. It used to be part of what they called gold standard, where it was actually backed by gold. So for every dollar there had to be some amount of gold to back it up. what they did in the end, the government decided actually they would remove the gold standard and they would just print more money. And the amount of money that's being printed and printed and printed at the moment just makes it worth less. Now, there's going to come a point where that the value of the dollar is going to go down and down and down. Now, I'm not saying they would do this, but if they ever went back to actually backing the dollar with gold, because of all the money that's been printed, the actual price of gold would have to be $23,000 per ounce just for it to back all the dollars. And this is because all the extra money they've printed. So the way I look at gold and silver, yeah, there is a risk towards it, but worst case scenario, even if the company you're getting the gold silver from, if they go out of business, at least you've actually got physically you've got the gold. So the gold I buy, like I say, if you want to know where I sort of get my gold from and everything else, just on that, silver is actually a really good my tip at the moment. I'm not involved in any programs that do silver or anything like that, but I would advise everybody to, if you can, go out and buy a couple of ounces of silver. At the moment it's £18 an ounce, and with some of the technologies, they reckon silver is going to massively increase in value. So that's a good investment to look at. Now with my gold, where I do buy it, and I buy it in small quantities, I do get a commit. There is an affiliate program with that, but my view is if I'm going to buy gold anyway, and I can encourage people to do the same and earn a commission on it, then obviously why not? But the interesting thing is, even if I didn't make commission from selling gold, I would still be buying gold myself. And that's another, just going back to number 2 as well, that's another little tip for you as well. If you've got somebody who's trying to get you into an online business, try and join someone who is actually putting their own money into the business. There's a lot of these so-called gurus out there that they're happy to tell you this business is the best thing since sliced bread, but they don't actually put their own money into it because they know they can get enough people to do it, they can earn the money out of commissions. That's a big red flag for me. So just make sure that whoever you get involved in an online business with, do your due diligence. Make sure that you, at the very least, if you don't meet the owners or speak to the owners, know actually who the owners are. I mean, I spoke to someone the other day and they said, well, what would, I said, who's the owner of the business? And they sort of looked at me as if I was an alien and said, oh, the business has owners? Well, of course the business should have owners. So, just be very wary of that. If you're getting into something that you think's a little bit dodgy, don't go and promote it. Have a little punt on it yourself. That's fine. But like I say, at the end of the day, if you're pretty sure it's a Ponzi, the chances are that somebody's going to lose their money, and you don't want that to happen. So gold, silver, I think gold is going to increase in value over the next 5 years. So that's obviously also where I'm investing. Now the fourth one might actually surprise you, because people might say, well, what is it, Jeremy? Is it Forex? What is it? Well, the fourth thing I'd invest in is something really, really safe. At the moment, I'm investing in premium bonds. And premium bonds are ultra safe. If you don't know what premium bonds are, Google it, have a look. But it's literally your money is held in a national savings investment trust. It's all backed by the financial compensation scheme, so your money's pretty safe. But every month what they do a free prize draw, and you can win up to £1 million. And there's smaller prizes, it goes right down to sort of £25. So again, £250 I'd put into that. Now with premium bonds, you have to do it in multiples of 100. So I wouldn't be able to do 250 exactly, but again, or 25%. Now these premium bonds could be anything. It could be a fixed 5-year bond. It could be an ISA. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, my premium bonds, when I get enough, will actually go into property. But it is, like I say, this is what diversification is. It's not putting your money into full rev shares. The other thing I'd recommend everybody do as well is that whatever you're earning, so whatever you earn, okay, commit, and I mean commit, to put in a percentage away for your freedom fund. Now again, if you're earning, some people say I can't afford to do this, I've got this commitment and that commitment. The bottom line is, if the government enforced another tax, 10% on your wages, you'd scream to high heaven, kick off about it, but you would actually find a way of actually paying it. So you should be the first person you pay every single week, month, whenever you get paid. So if you're earning, if you're lucky enough to be earning sort of in the realms of £4,000 a month, minimum 10%, I would say you invest in £400 per month. And again, don't put all your £400 into this program, actually split it. So you're literally buying £100 worth of cryptocurrencies, £100 into your online business, £100 into your gold and silver, and £100 into your safe. What I'll call that is your safe bet. It might not produce you much in the way of returns, but it's a safe bet. Okay, and that's it. It's really, really that simple. Now, if you haven't got a lot of money to invest, or you might want to, and if you've only got £50 per month spare, then there's nothing wrong with putting all your money into your online business or your rev share. Because ultimately, if you pick the right online business, that actually ends up not being an investment and should actually end up being an income. The online business I'm in, by October, I'm looking to be taking money out of it every week almost as a weekly payout. So then I'd look for something else to replace that investment and invest in something else. So possibly Forex again, which is an industry I know very well. So there we go. Just a little video there on diversification. And like I say, if you do have any questions, or like I say, please like this video, comment below if you found it useful, share it, do whatever you like with it. Like I say, hopefully it sort of helped. And just be really, really careful out there, because and if you've lost lots of money time and time again, you need to look at a new strategy. And if you haven't got any money to invest, like I say, get in touch, because I've got some methods that you can use and you can start implementing them. It will take commitment and focus, but it's a way that you can actually start investing. Because listen, none of us want to be working till we're 70 years old, and that's why it's important that you've got your money working for you and you actually have a freedom fund. So like I say, thanks again for watching, and I hope you found it useful.